Welcome back to the Edward Allen Walsh channel. Today, guys, is my first time making a video since being the new free-to-play king. What I mean by that is no one above me is free-to-play. We're also top 50. We'll continue to keep trying to progress at that, but most importantly, we're as high up as it goes with free-to-play. So I thought today would be a great day to let you all know who I think the best free-to-play hero in the game is. And that hero is Lord Zomm. If you don't have him, he should be the next hero that you get. We just had a portal event. So if you don't have Lord Zomm, you were taking information from the wrong sources during that portal event. Lord Zomm is the most account profitable hero in the game. So what I mean by that is no hero can profit or progress your account as fast as Zomm can individually. If you don't have Lord Zomm, I'm going to show you in this video why he should be your next desire in the game. If you do decide to get Lord Zomm, it's way better to pay the 2,700 gems here in the portal. When he comes around, right now it's Astrid, but when he comes around, you want to spend that 2,700 to guarantee you get him. The other summon isn't a guarantee, so if he's in there and you got, 700 gems, I mean, maybe you want to spend them to try, but you definitely want to get to 2,700 when he comes around. Once you have Lord Zomm, your goal should be to max him out as much as you possibly can, meaning, you can't max his epic if you're only level 50, so you want to just max him as far as you can wherever you're at in the game. You want to get his stars max, you want to get his epic max, you want to get his level max, you want to get his abilities maxed, you definitely want to get him fully ascended. So if you're low level, you probably want to start with Dissensions being your first priority on him. Then you want to worry about getting his stars and his level, and you always want to keep Lord Zomm's abilities equal to his level. And you want to make him a definite epic priority to max, probably before any other hero. People say Zomm is only good on certain teams, like Dark or Undead. This is not true. He carries all heroes. You'll see it in this video. He's pretty much backup for any team of 3. Every hero can only hold up to from 0 to 20 rune mods. There's 5 rune slots on every hero, and a rune can have 1 to 4 mods. So you're looking at 20 mods per hero. Before I, show you my Zomm, I figured I'd show you the mods that you're looking for to get Zomm. If you want to know how to rune Zomm, these are the mods you're looking for. You want as many of them as you can fit in your 20 slots. Now that you know what to look for to put on your Zomm, let me show you what I've done with my Zomm. My Zomm is level 77 because that's what level I am. I keep him as max with my level. He would be, first hero I'd move to 78 as soon as I level up to 78. His stats. He attacks last, but that gives him a good boost on his stats, especially HP. We're looking for as much HP as we can get on this guy. He's immune to poison, venom, wound, and disease, and he life steals 25% of all damage dealt. I mean, you would think you'd want a lot of damage so that you could steal a lot of life, but that's not the case. You just want to, life steal it's just a bonus. It's not the mods you're looking for. He does get a boosted damage versus tanks and slow targets, so knowing that he heals 25% of his damage, you want to take advantage of these boosts, meaning since your Zomm is not going to be an attack-based Zomm and you're going to have all your rune slots, all your rune mods, as many as you can get to keeping him alive, there's no sense in not, if you're going to peck somebody, you're doing it because you want to disease them, or you're doing it because you want to get this boost right here to trigger so that maybe you can steal some more life. He increases health by 25% for all undead allies, and undead allies have a chance to disease melee attackers. That comes in with his minions. We're not going to. I don't run him very often with undead. You may. He works well with undead. You can see that he gives that boost. But the undead that I use is his minions. He's pretty much all undead in one package. He summons up to 3 Zomm minions. They're slow, dark, undead skeletons at the start of his turn for each dead ally. Zomm minions start ready. What that means is his minions start with a special. So if your hero dies and you get a minion, it starts with its special. If you use that special and then it dies again, the next time Zomm goes, you will get a brand new minion, and it will have a brand new special. Which means if you're getting your ass beat, you can get a special every turn on every one of your minions. So that's some pretty nasty stuff. My guy here, 7,000 attack it's not a heavy hitting attack, but it's no pushover either. It can definitely kill somebody with enough wax. Mainly I've stacked his defense and his health, so that's what you want to stack if you'd like to follow the same line of play with your Zomm as I am, and maybe you can mimic the success that I've had throughout my dungeon boss career with him. Alright, so let's go over his moves. Melee dark attack for 15-40 damage with a chance to disease and spread the disease, plus 30% chance to deal 2 times. That's his epic. 2 times damage, disease all enemies, and buff undead allies. Max health by 20%. Zomm will disease somebody with this attack. That is why I use it. A lot of times I like to smack Abby with it, or I like to smack whoever's going to hit a bunch of damage with it, because I'm trying to keep my Zomm alive. I've noticed that it's been doing a spread all on people every once in a while with no triggers, so I don't know if that's a bug or what's going on, but you always want to disease somebody. It cuts their attack in half. It reduces their ability to heal. It does so much for you. It reduces their crit. Taste for Brains. This is a ranged dark attack. It says for 3k damage. Most important thing it does, well, maybe it might not be the most important. I don't know. It's tied for in my book. How about that? Is it purges all debuffs. Not 3 buffs, not 6, but all buffs. It increases allied undead max health by 28% and heals allied undead 4,394 health. That's no big deal. The other major thing that it does is sort of like a hopper. It has the ability to remove a corpse from the game so that it can't be revived and stuff on a killing blow. So a lot of times I like to save that till somebody's low and remove them from the game. That's sort of what we're looking for there. His other move is allies gain 72% attack, then all undead allies attack a random enemy. If you are down to where you have Zomm and 3 minions, this is just crazy. Like, your Zomm gets boosted attack, then he hits a random person. Then all 3 of your minions hit random people. And then you get your minions' turns. So, having 7 people go on one move that's unfathomable about how badass that is. Now, this one, I don't use it as much as I should, but it's very useful, guys. You sacrifice all allied Zomm minions, allies gain 1 energy and 27% max health. Plus 1 energy and 27% max health for each Zomm minion sacrificed. Okay, what is important to note about this, guys, is yes, if you sack 3 skellies, you'll get 3 energy, which would be just Zomm. But that's not what's important. What's important, guys, is even if you sack 0 skellies, everyone on the team still gets 1 energy. So you definitely want to be able to do that. You want to be able to sack your guy or not sack your guy. That's why most of the time I'm not using it, but I forget that I can give my whole team 1 energy just by, that 1 click. Usually I'm worried about spread and disease. I I've been playing this game for well over a year, so I have a max epic. You guys may not, but you definitely want to get him maxed. Those stats you see right there on a max epic are no joke compared to not having a max epic. It's like Zomm carrying around 2 extra runes in his pocket. Even though we only benefit from the defense. I mean, we do some damage, so I mean, you know, it's not like he hits like a girl or anything. But he definitely isn't, you know, our KO or when we run him in our team. He's the guy that he backs everybody up. That's what we do with him. We spread disease, we back everybody up. So why should you get Zomm? Why, like, whoa, I don't get it, you know, why is he such a good hero? What can he do for me? Well, I'm going to tell you that I may have better runes than you. Or I may have worse, but as long as you follow the mod list that I showed you, and you deck your guy out with as many of them as you can, I believe I have like 16 or so on mine. We can count. 1, 2, 3, 4 there. 1, 2, 3, I guess like 3 really, I guess. So it's like 7, and then there's 2, which is 9. And then there's 3, which is 12, and then there's 4. So I got 16 mods out of 20 that were what I wanted for my Zomm, which means he's not perfect, guys. I got room for improvement. But let's run down what we got. We got defense, damage reduction, and damage pen. That's a perfect rune for keeping us alive. Here we got everything's perfect for keeping us alive. The 10 life steal on hit is not what we want. We'd rather have one of the mods I showed you, but this isn't the worst. That's 35%, you know, that we're stealing when he deals damage. But it's only when it triggers. Here is a 50-50 rune, meaning it's got 2 mods we want, and it's got 2 mods we didn't really want. But I don't have, you know, the surplus of reds with the mods that we're looking for, so this is what we get. You may have worse. You may not even have this. Don't worry. Just try it. Like, even if you only have a red rune with defense and then it's 3 other crazy mods. Oh well, that's still 1 mod you need for your Zomm. It doesn't matter how weak his attack looks or whatever. Just get those mods that you need for keeping your Zomm alive, or none of what I'm going to show you in this video will work. If you have a dead Zomm, it doesn't work. It only works when you invest in this guy and you believe in his ability to carry you through dungeons and through the game, because he will, and I'll show you. You're going to see. We have an elite life. I only have 2 elites. This is one of them. We put it here because Zomm is of high priority. We use him every day in the tower. We try to do every single floor every day with Zomm. And then we have a healer, which is for gaining crazy amounts of life. If we can keep him alive for 6 turns, he's gaining, you know, 60% of his life. So that is how my Zomm is set up. Now let me show you how you can use Zomm to beat every single epic dungeon in the game so that you can farm any epic you need on any hero. Alright guys, not only am I going to show you that Zomm can beat every single epic island, I'm going to do it with teammates that have absolutely no runes on them. Those bottom heroes are my lowest leveled heroes, and they have no runes on them. So make sure you keep note that these first 3 heroes in my lineup have absolutely no runes on them. Zomm will carry a whole team. It does not matter what team he is on. It doesn't matter if it's dark, doesn't matter if it's undead. His whole team will be undead by the end of the level, which you've already seen when I showed you the hero card, how many bonuses and undead sindries there are. The reason why these dungeons are sped up is because I'm about to show you all 5 epic islands. If I would have talked while doing them, this video would have been way longer, and in the chances that you might have forgot the point. So we're sticking right to the game plan. The game plan is maybe you got a Lord Zomm and you got some other heroes and they got epics and you need to do their epic. Well, if you would have previously invested in your Lord Zomm, you have no problem getting any other hero you want in the game, their epic, or farming totems that you need. Also, on double XP day,
these dungeons are worth 20 XP each. So it's very possible for you to farm all kinds of XP. That's what we're doing in the video that you're watching right now, is these 3 heroes are also getting like 1700 XP per run. So that's why I chose to use the bottom ones also, is because this might be what you want to do, is that's how you level up your rosters. You just bring along some scrubs with Zomm. It doesn't, I mean, if they're wearing no runes or anything like that, it might take your dungeon a little longer, but the point is you'll still have success. One thing amazingly to note is note their levels when they come in: 60, 61, and 60. When they die, Zomm turns them into a minion. That minion is the same level as your Lord Zomm. So I don't know how many people know the power of Zomm, but when I talk in chat about Zomm, people want to argue. People want to say why that there's other heroes out there that can do what Zomm can do for you, or that, you know, there's better things for you to invest in. And I'm here to show you otherwise. Right after I get done doing these 5 epic dungeons for you, showing you the extreme ability of Zomm to carry anyone through boss campaign dungeons, is just absurd, and you're seeing that. We've smashed through 3 of them, and we're on the 4th now. Yes, there's a taunter in the team, but that wasn't intentional. It would not matter if I had a taunter on my team or a healer or any of the such. My Zomm can solo these dungeons. That's the point. Next, I'm going to show you my tower from yesterday, where we use Zomm on every single floor of the tower, and I've kind of made a game out of it with myself. Every day it's a challenge to try and get my Zomm through the tower without losing any heroes. And if I succeed, then, you know, my brain sparkles. If I fail, then I get angry. But it's increasing my player skill. It's definitely helping in PvP. It's causing me to think. This dungeon here, many of you watching may know, is the hardest epic island dungeon, hands down. I don't know how anybody could argue that any of the other epic dungeons are harder. So watch as he smashes through this last epic hard dungeon, and then I'm gonna take you to my yesterday's tower and show you what goes down in my tower from day to day. It's just, this is how you profit. There's no hero that can make your account profit like this. That's why you start with Zomm as your foundation, and you build one massively nice account. I wish someone would have told me. Alright guys, now I'm going to show you my tower. This is my tower from yesterday, so it's previously recorded, but I will use the same concept I used in yesterday's tower and today's tower. I just haven't done today's tower yet. I've been working on this video. The team that you just watched me beat floor 1 with, and you're watching me come into floor 2 with, I try to use this team on as many tower floors as I can. I usually don't take it versus barbs, and I don't take it versus assassins. But pretty much everything else, I find a way to get it in there. My goal is to get Zomm through every floor to the top of the tower and not lose any heroes. So I have a problem where with Solaris feathers get stolen and my heroes have them. When they die, my Zomm can't turn them into minions, which means if I finish the dungeon before a feather comes off and Zomm turns them into a minion, I will be unsuccessful in my mission. I'll lose that hero, and I won't complete the tower without losing any heroes. So every day I've been challenging myself to do this, and I've been successful quite a few days. But for the most part, sometimes, you know, things can go wrong and you don't get so lucky, especially when I'm trying to get to the end without losing any heroes, and I don't just, you know, push it. But it's definitely worth noting that we change, you know, our Zomm team definitely 3 times. I'll change it for assassins, I'll change it for barbs, and then I'll change it for everything else. I'm not sure if we get all of the matches in this tower, but I know we get a bunch of barbs. Zomm can handle barbs quite well, as the trick is spreading disease on Abby. You know, everything else is pretty much by the book, or using your taste for brains on Abby to get rid of a buff. This Zomm, though, you being able to give your heroes infinity lives, meaning, you know, they're dying and they're coming back, and then I get to use them again on the next floor. So that's what I mean by infinity life. As you see, Hopper there could not be turned into a minion because of that feathers, so I stalled the fight on purpose. I do that in quite a few of these floors. The tower is sped up because if I would have talked on every single floor, the video would have been a tower video and not a Zomm video. This video is about Zomm. So now you also know what I've been doing in the tower, and it's been trying to push my Zomm through 12 floors. It's making me better at PvP. Zomm is not a very, like, powerful PvP hero, meaning, you know, don't expect just because you have a badass Lord Zomm that you're going to be, you know, the next best PvPer in the game. You need a lot more to be successful at PvP than just Zomm, but Zomm is definitely an option. He's definitely a strategy, and he holds his own. I mean, Zomm, there's really nothing negative that can be said about a hero that profits an account as much as Zomm does, or progresses an account as fast as Zomm will. You definitely want to get all those mods on him. You want to get him decked out so that you can come in and do what I'm doing in the tower floors. Maybe your Zomm is decked out as mine and you still can't get him up all 12 floors. There's definitely a lot of intelligence that goes into knowing when to use a special and when not to. I could have talked through all of that, but like I just said, that would have been a different video. Here we're showing you that Zomm gets up every floor, all 12. The goal is to keep Zomm alive. That's the whole. Everything is about keeping Zomm alive. When you use Emily and Zomm, I've heard people say that they contradict each other. That could not be more true. She goes before Zomm, which means she can res someone and give them haste and extra energy before Zomm would have made him a minion. Plus, if, you know, Zomm is that hard for your opponent to beat, she can just bring Zomm back. So the only other category left to really show you where Zomm could profit your account is in PvP itself. So if you have Zomm and you're using him in PvP, just know that, you know, his main role in PvP is usually to counter Hopper, or you're using him to eat bodies, or you're mainly just using him for backup like you do in the Epic Islands or campaign dungeons. But just being able to do that, he's pretty solid, meaning like maybe PvP is not that big of a deal for you because you're only level 50. Having Zomm on your defense and having him decked out so that he clears Epic Islands and does tower like mine set up is not going to, you know, not be the worst option. You know, it's going to hold up well. As you can see, we have to stall hard in this fight. This fight was actually very grindy for me to make it out of here. But for the sake of this video, I wanted to make sure to get the whole tower done with all my heroes and Zomm making it through all 12 floors. So Zomm's the only hero that was on all 12 floors, and every single one of our heroes makes this tower. We don't lose a single one thanks to Zomm's ability to give infinity lives to our heroes. I kind of love this game the way it is tower-wise, meaning I hope they don't change the nerf Zomm so that he doesn't do that anymore. I think that you can build some major player skills by practicing, you know, the method of trying to get him to the top. So I hope you enjoy the tower. That, guys, is how I make 275 gems every single day using Lord Zomm in the tower. When you get Lord Zomm, you don't have to do what I do in the tower. You don't have to beat the whole entire tower without losing any heroes. First, you should just try to get your Zomm to the top floor. That can be challenging in and of itself. So you just stick to that and use as many heroes as you want. Build different teams, whatever you can create. Just make sure you save up for Zomm if you don't have him already. There's no excuse why. Now that you've seen the footage that you've seen, you know what Lord Zomm is capable of in the end game. So get him early, get him as fast as you can, and get him as max as soon as possible, and start reaping the rewards. No hero will profit you more. I couldn't even imagine how many gems, you know, I've made with Lord Zomm, and I'll tell you right now, there's no way I could have ever became the king of PvP free to play without those 275 gems every single day from the tower. Hopefully I was able to show you all something new today that you didn't already know. That goes to pros, noobs, any player, any class, whatever. I thought this video was appropriate. I feel like there's lots of confrontation in the chats when, you know, people want to debate the idea. So I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Turn the notifications on. You'll get all my new stuff as soon as it goes up. And I just thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Later.